All right, so it is the top of the hour, and so we are here today with Precious Jeffrey, and she is a patient care technician here at UAMS, and she is working on the front lines during our COVID-19 pandemic. So we want to welcome her here today, and we're just going to start our conversation off, Precious. So tell us a little bit about your role here at UAMS.
I'm a PCT, which is a patient care technician. I'm like the nurse's right-hand man. We do anything from pulling Foley's, wiping blood. You name it, we do it, except for, I guess, passing meds and IVs. We're like literally the middleman from the patient to the nurse. Sometimes we spend a little bit more time in the rooms than the nurses, but we're there. So it's tough, it's stressful, but I think some nurses have come to really depend on their PCTs more than they did back in the day. I think I've had some older nurses like, oh, we didn't have you guys back in the day, but I don't think I could work without you. So we're basically the nurse's executive secretary. So you have say. So
yeah. Okay. So with COVID-19 being such a new virus, how has your job changed, Precious? Like, tell us about a typical day before all of this, and how has your job changed now that COVID-19's in Arkansas?
I will tell you, before COVID-19, my unit, A4A7, was like an observation unit. We would get patients that were basically, we were just babysitting them, giving them their daily meds. Either they had a surgery before or were going to have a surgery after they got here. They could basically totally take care of themselves. We were basically just doing vitals and watching over them. We went from having, ladies that were coming in to have breast surgeries, or people coming in to have amputations, or, just minor laparoscopic surgeries, to, hey, you're COVID-19. So we went from basically, being a floor where we would have a patient maybe 1 or 2 days and they were gone, to suited and booted, like the whole shift basically. So it changed a lot, because we never had as many isolations as we have now. So it's changed a lot. It's a lot more fast paced. Our pace was fast paced before. You have them coming in, they were getting ready to get discharged, coming in, going out. Now they're coming in and staying, gotta wait for test results sometimes, and then as soon as you get your test results, if you're negative, you're out. And here comes another one. So it's still fast paced, just a different type of patient, type of diagnosis that we're getting these days.
Yeah.
So makes things a little bit, but we're getting the job done. We're taking care of things.
So how many positive COVID patients are you caring for right now?
Tech to patient ratio, I honestly don't know what it's supposed to be. I know I have rooms 21 through 29 right now today. I've come in where I've had more than that. So it just depends with staffing. I know on A4A7 during the day, we legit have staff. We have 3 on A7 and 3 on A4, but we don't necessarily get to keep those people because we get floated to different floors. So I have way more than the nurses have. Right now the nurses are 1 to 2 or 1 to 3, and I know for sure I have at least over 5 a day. So it's tough. Sometimes they're not all positive, but we have worked weeks where my whole group was positive. So it just depends by the day.
Mm-hmm. So just typically, how long does a COVID patient stay in the hospital? Like, what is the recovery time? Is it different for each one?
Yeah, it's different for each one. We've had some that I had one guy my first week. He came in, he knew he had been around somebody that was positive. He got tested. His test results came back that next day. He was positive, and he went home that day. So it just depends on what you have going on, how the virus is attacking your body, basically. From what I've been seeing, some people can go home, and some people have to stay a little bit longer just to, for us to, I guess, for the doctors and stuff to feel safe to send them home so that they don't have to come right back and it'd be worse. So it just depends on the virus and the patient.
Yeah. Yeah. Grant just added to the conversation in the chat box. It says we have currently 13 COVID patients at UAMS as of midnight.
Okay. All right. So another question, Precious, that we want to ask you is, how has COVID-19 impacted you?
Personally, I mean, it's kind of rough. You get off work and you want to go out and do things, and you can't really do it with a peace of mind for it so much. So I mean, it's just, you know, going from home to work, home, you know, back from home back to work. It's a little boring, I guess, but I mean, it's all right. I get to hang out with my family still. My family's healthy. I'm healthy. So, you know, hey, I'm blessed. I don't have too much to complain about not being able to go to, you know, out and barbecue or do whatever I want to do. I'm not worried about that right now.
Okay. How has it impacted your work? I mean, you touched a little bit on your workload. Like, how has it like changed for your team that you work with?
It changed a lot. A4A7, we have really buckled down, and we were a family before, but I think this has really made us a bigger family. We've taken, you know, people that get floated to to this floor under our wing, and they feel like a family. So it's tough because we were told like the day before, if I'm not mistaken. I know for sure, me being a PCT and some of the nurses, we walked in that Monday, that Tuesday, and we were like, oh, where are these signs? What's going on? And it's like, oh, yeah, you're going to be housing the suspected or the confirmed COVID patients. We were like, oh, okay. So it was tough, you know, just being kind of felt like we all kind of felt like we were just thrown into it. But we have adapted. We have buckled down, and we're getting the job done. It's tough because, you know, we didn't know at first, but we have buckled together, and we are getting the job done. It's amazing to see us go from, you know, having patients for a couple of hours to taking care of what's going on now. It's totally different. It takes a different type of mind frame. And we are our family, and we are working together. It makes it a lot better when you have a bunch of people that can get along and laugh still and work hard.
Absolutely. So the next question I have for you is, how do you keep yourself motivated during something like this? You know, you've already talked a little bit on how, you know, it is already fast paced, and now it's like double time fast paced.
Yeah.
How do you keep that momentum and that motivation going?
We all like TikTok. So in our little 5-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute in between downtime, we all love TikTok. We have been making TikToks. We hadn't got it all the way down yet, but we're working on it. The TikTok definitely keeps us laughing and motivated, and it brings good morale to the team and to the group. So it's getting us there. It's keeping us where we need to be in the mind frame of laughing and still, you know, having a good time with working with all that we got going on.
Yes, I've seen some of your TikToks.
So we're trying to get. Yeah, we're trying to get it there. We're trying to get it there. So, you know, but TikTok is definitely something that keeps us laughing and keeps us together.
They are pretty funny. So for those of you who are listening in, something that I didn't tell y'all is Precious and I went to high school together, and so that's actually how I know her. And so I follow her on TikToks, and we have some chats coming in about so we can definitely share with you how to find the TikToks. I feel like that's find the TikToks.
Yeah. I feel like we're going to have to do a training, a special training for us old folks on like how to TikTok, what to do with it. You know, I think I see another Zoom meeting happening right now.
So I'm just going to advise all of y'all while we're on the conversation of TikToks, if you don't have it, don't get it. Do not get it.
And you definitely have to have a sense of humor to understand it. But it keeps you laughing because some of the TikToks you like, that is exactly how it goes. Like, what is going on here? It's very relatable. Very relatable.
I'll sit down. Like, the first time I got the app, this real short side story. First time I got the app, I said, oh, all these young kids talking about TikTok. Let me get on here and download this real quick. And I download, like, I'm going to take 5 minutes to see what this is. And I'm scrolling and I'm scrolling. And then I look down and like 3 hours has passed. And I said, I have not done anything today. Like, have it, you don't care about it. Save but they are fun. It's addicting. We have a lot of comments coming in. You need to share the TikToks. We'll talk about that, and maybe we'll give Precious's TikTok handle, and you can follow her.
Right.
And then we'll tell you about the app and how to download it. Ellen DeGeneres calls for you to come on the show. Don't forget us. There you go. My daughter has been playing.
Paying her.
Has been, not playing.
Yeah.
Paying her and getting free games. Not sure what is up with that. Listen, I want to get paid for TikToks too.
Well, who knew there was money to be made? Maybe I need to know. Okay.
So we'll definitely follow up on the TikTok scheme. But getting back to our interview, what is something that people don't think about as far as being a change and adjustment to your job, Precious?
I guess the mental stress, because we go from, like even H9, for example, I think this is like an organ transplant floor. So, they go from having transplant, they have different floors have different way of doing things and different patients and different, they only do certain things up here or they only do certain things on another floor. So these nurses went from being H9 to then going to F8, which is cardio. And then some of them are back up here. So they're, different floors calls for different, I guess, I would say scope of practice or, use a big word or something like that. But it's a mental stress because you go from, every day, hey, my life was like this. I knew what type of patient I was going to get. I knew what type of meds I was going to get, to having to go or get floated to another floor. And then you're like, day one of nursing or day one of PCT all over again. You like never know anything. So it's mentally stressful. And then you go from working with, your family. These are, you see these people every day. So they become your family. You hang out outside of work. So, and then you get to another floor, nobody down there, know anybody. Nobody really wants to talk to you because you're like the new kid on the block or your new kid on the floor. So it's more mental than anything because once you get set in with your family, we're here. Like, we don't want to go to another floor. And if you do, that something's wrong. So, but most people, once they get on their floor, that's where they want to be. That's where they're comfortable. They're in their comfort zone. So being floated to another floor, your floor shutting down, and then your hours getting cut, it's mentally stressful because you're already stuck in the house all day after you get off of work. And then you come to work and then you have this going on. So it's mental stress because everybody has everything going on. Spouses have lost your jobs. Kids are at home 24/7. Your refrigerator's empty all the time. So now you got to go out to Kroger and deal with those people. So it's just a lot going on. Everybody's dealing with a lot mentally. So that mental stress would be the one that most people may not think because, they're laughing, they're making a TikTok. No, it's just, it's not what it's not the outside picture. It's a lot going on. So.
Yeah, that's almost like a stress relief.
Yes, most definitely.
Yes, just taking that time to maybe go back to things being a little bit normal.
Yes, most definitely.
So oftentimes, Precious, and it's just our human nature that we focus on the negative of situations. But what are some of the positive things that you've seen, like on your team and other teams and just at UAMS as a whole right now during all of this?
We get good snacks. Like Lee Pops. I really liked Lee Pops. Like, I had never had them before, the little ice cream place in off Kavanaugh, but they were really good. Hey, if y'all want to donate some more popsicles, we really love those. Tropical smoothie came one time. So, they try to give us, food because we're constantly going. So they try to make us, try to feed us. What was another thing? I mean, so it just, they try to take care of us. Even outside of work, parkways, giving oil changes, different stuff that, keeps us going. So it's just, it's tough, but we get it together. And I mean, and things I keep thinking about that, hey, even though I've been working around COVID positive patients, I'm still healthy. I haven't fallen sick. My family's not sick. my staff members aren't sick. So we're doing something right. Whatever we're doing, we got to keep doing that because we're clearly keeping ourselves safe and keeping others safe. So we just have to think about that, even though it's so much negative going around. Just have to try to pick out the little positives that we can get.
Yeah, I know the community support has been astronomical. Every day
Yes.
the social media people on the UAMS Facebook page has been posting, I mean, almost, if not once a day, twice a day almost.
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful. I think most recently the Italian Food Festival got canceled and they brought in all of that food.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So how can non-clinical employees and departments best support you guys right now? Because we're not on the front lines. You know, we only get to hear bits and pieces. And so that's why it's so interesting to talk to you and talk to others to see what is really going on. So how can we help you guys?
I don't know. I guess just the continued support. I mean, I know our most valuable player right now in non-clinical is our housekeeper. She keeps our work areas clean. She's constantly wiping down the doorknobs that we're touching. So it's just the little things, you know, anything helps right now. Anything, like, it doesn't matter what it is, it helps. So there's just that continuous support, you know, motivation, anything. It doesn't matter what it is right now. We love it. We take it in. And we accept it. So
yeah. And what I love about you, Precious, is you have such a positive attitude about
I try to. Yeah. I've been, you know, I don't know, I have grown a lot. I look back, you know, like, hey, man, I was a little crazy back in the day, but I have grown. I can say that I have grown. And I try to keep a positive attitude because, I mean, things could be worse. You know, things could be really worse. I feel like we're doing well. Some days are a little rough up here at the U, but we're doing good. I think all in all, when we look back, we're gonna say, hey, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as it could have been, or it wasn't as bad as some other hospitals or some other states. So I think we're doing good. As long as we keep smiling and doing TikToks, I think we'll be all right.
So what is the most important message for those not on the front line that you could share?
Stay safe. Keep your hands clean. No large groups. And stay away from Home Depot, especially the one on Chenal, because every time I go to Chick-fil-A and drive through, the parking lot's packed. So, you know, but hey, just stay safe. I know we're moving towards opening back up, but everybody just has to stay safe because the virus won't just disappear. It won't. I mean, it's just not. I wish it would, but it's not. So I just stay safe, keep your hands clean, just be aware. I mean, because we touch stuff all the time. We're like, I mean, even though we say, oh, I don't touch my face, we're just like kids. We'll do this and then we'll just, there it is, Corona all on your cheek. So you just have to be safe and be safe because be safe.
Follow those CDC guidelines and the ones.
Yes. And don't drink Clorox. Whatever you do, don't drink Clorox. Don't do
no
that.
Clorox. We are not advocating drinking Clorox.
We're not advocating drinking Clorox at all.
So, Precious, since I do follow you on social media, I have seen a lot of, you know, your mom in your videos, and she's been making masks. Talk about
She has. We were watching NBC one day, and that was the first time we ever seen the CDC commercial. Oh, you know, the shortages of face masks. Just use a bandana. And she looked at me and she was like, "Oh no, ma'am." And she had me all at Joanne's. My mom has sarcoidosis, so she hasn't been out of the house since whenever they closed the school, I think on the 13th of March. Her and my daughter have both been in the house. I don't allow her to go to any store. She can walk around the house outside in the little parking lot locally, but that's about it. So she had me all at Joanne's getting non-woven fabric and all. I mean, it was a mess because I don't know anything about Joanne's. But she made them and she mastered it. My mom's awesome seamstress. She even made her prom dress in high school. And she mastered the mask in a day. And she could do it with the ties, and she could do it with the rubber bands after the elastic sold out in the stores. And it went from, oh, I'm making it for my baby, you know, because she's gonna be safe at work. I don't know about anybody else, but my baby's gonna be safe at work. To everybody's like, well, your mom make me a mask, she makes me a mask, make me a mask. So she started selling them for $5, and that $5 was literally just enough to get more material. And I have gone to Joann's. I went, I think it was Thursday or Friday. I think it was Friday when I got off work, when they were saying, oh, you know, you're gonna have to come in with the cloth mask. And I went and got the very last of what I could find at Joann's, and that was it. Like, Joann's is to the bare minimums right now, and the line was wrapped around the building to get in. So it went from making me a mask to she's made over 250 masks so far with just her little sewing machine. Her sewing machine's not that big, and she cuts the fabric. She puts the little interfacing for, you know, the like a regular face mask, so you have something up against your face, not just the fabric. And she still works. She works for United Healthcare. She works 8 to 5. She gets off. She cuts her fabric. She sews them, stitch them, presses them, and she's been putting a lot of them out. So it went from just me to over 250 masks.
Yeah, I had been asked too, and I think I made about 85, and I'm done.
Yeah, my mom was like, I'm done. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. I love all of y'all, but my hands can't do anymore. And I'm like, I mean, I didn't expect you to do 200.
Yeah. That takes a lot. The hardest part is cutting it all out, for sure.
Yes. I mean, I went and bought her a little fancy cutter and everything. So she had, it was down packed. She had it down packed, but she's gotten tired, and she's pooped out now. But she did a great job.
I see we have some comments coming in, Precious. We have some love her spirit. They love your spirit. And then I have one that says, thank you for your service. I've been a medical assistant in a hospital and understand the duties. You're doing awesome, and I know your attitude makes everyone feel a little better. This has been Precious her entire life. She's able to make people smile and have a good time.
Thank you.
Any last questions, come on in. But I actually have a question, a personal one, because I'm not a clinical person, Precious. I don't understand medical terms. I don't understand protocol or anything. So this is just a question just for me wanting to know, and I'm sure that other non-clinical staff too would like to know. So tell us, like, what all do you exactly have to put on?
As of right now, we are wearing the hairnets are optional. I wear a hairnet because, of course, I can't wash my hair every day. But I wear a hairnet or some type of hair protector. We're wearing a face shield or eyeglasses, which, you know, protects your eyes. Face shield pretty much protects everything, but you have on a surgical mask, you know, if you're not doing an aerosol treatment. Aerosol treatment is anything like respiratory goes in and do certain treatments, or like anything from like CPR. I mean, some people have said aerosol could be caused by like coughing. It's not proven yet. We don't know that yet, but we know for sure to wear N95 mask like during aerosol treatment. So like so much time after an aerosol treatment, because it's just, you know, up in the air in the room. So, but as of right now, we're using blue gowns, gloves, face shield or eye goggles, mask, and that's basically it. So, and we use N95s. You'll see sometimes the guys with beards, they have like a helmet, looks like a little space helmet. They're called cappers. And those are like their type of mask, because they have a beard. And some of the masks, you know, they basically are nothing if you have that much amount of hair on your face.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically the gist of it.
Yeah.
Nothing too fancy. It's hot. They get hot because they're plastic. In some rooms, oh Lord, the patients are like a sauna in there, but it's fun.
Yeah,
we love it.
I know that even just the cloth mask that I have made, I mean, it's hot in there, so I can only imagine.
Yeah, if you're claustrophobic, it kind of bothers you because you have it on all day and then you feel like you're suffocating yourself. So it's just it takes some adjusting, getting used to it, but we got to do it. We got to do it. So.
Well, Precious, thank you so much for talking with us. We appreciate it so much, and we cannot thank you enough for all of your hard work on the front lines. And thank you so much for getting all of Arkansans back to healthy. And we could not have done, and we will not be able to do this without people like you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to echo some of the comments, and what a great spirit you have, and yes, thank you so much. We really can't say thank you enough.
Yes, ma'am.
Really
thank you.
Wow.
No.
Awesome. So if there's ever anything that we can help you with, and you just let us know. We appreciate you so much.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Bye, Precious.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See ya.